Hey y'all, what's up? I'm here for Love and Hip Hop New York, Season 7, Episode 7. We get the, we picked up where we left off last week, with the whole apartment situation. Erica is sitting up here saying that Mendeecees's sister looks like a teenage boy, and I mean, I do agree because of what she had on, I was just like, you know what I'm saying? But anyways, Erica is telling her to mind her business and everything, Neff, that's the sister's name. She's sitting up here saying that, it is her business or whatever. Her brother's business is her business. They going back and forth. Security got to get in between them or whatever. According to Erica, she's saying that, Neff was calling her sister-in-law, whatever, and, talking shit about Yandy, but now she want to be Team Yandy all of a sudden or whatever. So Yandy is saying that she loves Erica's son to death, but she's not going to do is fuck with her man or fuck with her family and everything. Yandy says that that they did put her name on the lease or whatever to get her off her mom's couch, and she still don't stay there and everything. And Yandy says that she has, power of attorney over the apartment or whatever, and showing her the documents and everything, and keeps on calling Erica a slut or whatever. And, she gonna sit up here and say that, Mendeecees said that he wished he didn't have a baby with her and everything. And I'm like, Yandy, that's fucked up. You know what I'm saying? You just said that you love her son to death, but now you're implying that her baby was a mistake. Like, that's really fucked up for you to say. And even whether this storyline is fake or not, regardless, these kids is gonna see this shit, and it's just it's sad. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, it is not right. You know what I mean? Anyways, so Erica is sitting up here telling Yandy that, Mendeecees been trying to get at her. She don't want him and whatever. He trying to get her to send pictures, pictures of her and all this other stuff, blase, blase. And, Yandy, she pulls out her wedding picture or whatever and saying that I don't care about none of that past shit that you talking about or whatever. Like, this, I'm his wife and everything and whatever. Yandy tells her to leave and all this other stuff. And, Erica admits that she don't even stay in the damn apartment no more. I'm just like, I understand, it's the principle that, yeah, your name on the lease or whatever, it's still your apartment and everything, this, that, and the third. And, yeah, Yandy, she got power of attorney from Mendeecees because, he filed the paperwork for her to have power of attorney over, his stuff, even though that they're not married. But, at the same time, isn't what Yandy did still illegal? Because don't you have to give somebody a 30-day notice before you try to evict them? So, yeah, you know what I'm saying? And then I seen on the blog somewhere that this fourth girl, she done came out now, whatever, anonymous or whatever. And she was sitting up here talking about how she dated Mendeecees for 4 years and all this other stuff. And, around the same time, he was dealing with Samantha, and then Yandy came along, and then, he was in the streets or whatever. And so he would be with, whoever he was with at the time or whatever, between the three of them, I guess. And then, I guess she was saying, that, yeah, I guess she was confirming what Yandy said, and, saying that Mendeecees never had a relationship with Erica and all this other stuff, blase, blase. So, and there's a whole bunch of other stuff that was said or whatever. So, if y'all, y'all could look it up or whatever to get the whole, post or whatever. But, yeah, her story sounds, kind of credible or whatever compared to, what Samantha and Yandy and Erica is saying, you know what I mean? They all are probably telling the truth somewhere, what the fuck they saying, but they all are lying somewhere, too. You know what I mean? But, and they all just need to fucking stop. I'm so sick of this motherfucking story. I'm almost kind of like, Forrest Rocks when she said last week that, she kind of, Miss Peter, Amina, and Tara for all this bullshit. But anyways, okay. So moving on from that, Erica, she's in the car or whatever, and she gets a call from Mendeecees and everything. I really like those shades that she had on in the car. But anyways, so she gets a call from Mendeecees or whatever, and first thing he like, you know, why you calling the cops and all this other stuff, and you know, she says that, you know, damn well I don't, you know, call no cops or nobody or whatever. Only thing that she called is a locksmith, and why she being lied on. And he's like, you know, I heard you been very disrespectful to Yandy, and I don't understand why. And he's like, you know, he would never, you know, make things this difficult for her and everything, this, that, and third, with whoever she's trying to move on with and everything. And Erica is saying that Yandy is the problem, this, that, and the third, and, you know, like, she illegally changed the locks or whatever. And he's like, you know, I gave her power of attorney and blase, blase. And, you know, she's sitting up here saying the only people on the lease can do that and whatever, whatever. And, she admits, you know, she admits again that she doesn't live there or whatever. But, you know, she's sitting up here telling Mendeecees that, you know, Yandy disrespected her child by calling her child a break baby, you know, a slide baby and a mistake baby and all this other stuff. I mean, Yandy did, I mean, we want to get, technically, yeah, Yandy didn't say that, but she did say that Mendeecees said that, you know, that, you know, he didn't even want to, that he wished he didn't have a baby with her. So it's kind of, it's the implication, you know what I'm saying, that she's saying that, you know, the baby was a mistake and all this other stuff, you know what I mean? And Mendeecees, he don't believe it or whatever. Of course, you know, he gonna believe, you know, his woman and everything. But Mendeecees, he does say that, you know, Asim wasn't just a one-night stand or whatever. And, you know, but at the same time, what they had was over 6 years ago and everything. And Erica was like, yeah, we both moved on or whatever, whatever. And, you know, Mendeecees is trying to say Erica is the problem or whatever. And he never talked to Yandy about her. And I was like, but Yandy said that you was talking about her. So I'm trying to figure out which one it is. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't like how he was just trying to make it seem like it was all Erica. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, it's, I mean, yeah, Erica is not innocent in this situation either. But, like, don't sit up here and act like as if Yandy ain't been doing shit. I mean, I understand that's your woman and everything. But it's like, you need to correct her too. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I didn't like how he tried to put everything on her like as if Yandy is innocent, and she not. You know what I'm saying? They all full of shit. You know what I mean? But anyway, so yeah, at the end of the episode, you know, Yandy, she sits down with Cam's girl. I forgot her name, and then Kimbella, and that's where she, you know, pretty much admits to us, even though we already knew this, that, you know, she did not legally get married to Mendeecees and everything. So that's they little, you know, shit or whatever. So, okay, so moving on from that, make sure I'm not skipping nothing. Okay, so we get Bianca and Drew. Bianca, she comes to the radio station to talk to Drew about Sky because she's tired of, you know, the bitch pop. You know, she just kept on calling her a bitch the whole time and everything. She's tired of this bitch popping up to everywhere that she's at and all this other stuff, and he needs to check his bitch. And, you know, she come in there like, you know, why your bitch keep on coming at me and everything. And, you know, Drew tells her not to come in there like that or whatever. And, you know, B is like, no, because this is how your bitch walks up on me or whatever. You know, every time I see her, you know, she at my place of work and all this other stuff. And, you know, Drew is saying that, you know, Bianca needs to stop, you know, disrespecting Sky and all this other stuff and calling her a bitch. And, you know, she's telling him about the whole, you know, bread throw situation that Sky did. And, you know, Drew is like, you know, you kissed me on the mouth or whatever, this, that, and the third. Like, how you expect her to be cool and, you know, until that, you know, no, he's saying that, you know, she was wrong and all this other stuff, and that she keep on setting him up, and, you know, he's sitting up here saying that she was half naked and everything and disguised it as a business meeting. But it's like, but Drew, the minute that she opened up that door and you saw how she was dressed, you didn't turn your ass the fuck around. So it's like, don't sit up here like, yeah, Bianca dead ass wrong for the shit she been doing all goddamn season, but don't sit up here to be trying to put the shit all up on her when this is your girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? And you should have thought about that shit that you was doing. You know what I'm saying? And you know, but he admits to leading her on or whatever. You know, he know that was wrong, but he loves Sky. That's his girl. That's who he want to be with. And you know, she's saying that, you know, that we have a different type of relationship and everything. And you know, he cuts her off and says, you know, we don't have no more relationship or whatever. He like, you know, y'all can't be friends. You know, he's like that they can't be friends no more because because she don't respect him or his girl, whatever. And then, you know, then all of a sudden she, you know, kind of tries to tear up a little bit or whatever. And yeah, she, you know, she's hurt or whatever, you know, by all of this and everything. And she was like, you know, that she don't have time for all this because he knows, you know, how much her career is important to her, and you know, everything that she done put in and everything. I'm like, you should have thought about that before. Like, you knew this shit was gonna blow up in your face sooner or later. You knew this shit was gonna blow the fuck up in your face. So I mean, that's your fault. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, they leave it at that. So we get Cardi B. You know, she's in the tub or whatever, and you know, Bianca FaceTimes her. Bianca is telling her about the hotel situation with Sky and everything, and then she tells about, you know, the fact that she knows that Mariah Lynn was the one who did it, because Cardi B at first was like, you know, she might have been snooping through his email, you know, that Sky might have been snooping through his emails and blah blah. Bianca is like, nah, she's, you know, I thought that too, but nah, she's not that smart or whatever. She was like, you know, I know Mariah Lynn said something and everything. And, you know, Cardi is like, pretty much she's going to mind her motherfucking business. But, you know, because they both her friends. But she know this shit about to get real messy. So, moving on from that, we get Drew and Sky. You know, he's trying to make up with her. And somebody, I seen on Facebook, they was like, you know, and I ain't even noticed the shit before until they pointed it out last week. They was like, you know, why this motherfucker got a bum bump on his damn lip? And I don't know how I ain't noticed the shit. That shit big as that, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, has he always had that since he came on the show? Or is that like really a pimple that he got going on right now? Or like, is that a birthmark? Like, child, I mean, did he have that? I'm really trying to think. Did he have that on the show? Or has this just been the last 2 episodes now that, you know, this bump done appeared on his damn bottom lip? But anyway, so he's trying to, you know, make up with Sky and everything. And I don't like the way Sky's hair was, and then the lipstick didn't really help either. I think lighter colors work better for her than, like, you know, darker colors. But anyway, so he's trying to, you know, let her know his intentions weren't bad and all this other stuff, and how important she is to him, and, you know, he wants to move in with her. Well, he wants her to move in with him and everything, this, that, and the third. And I'm just like, and of course she gives in and agrees to it, whatever, this, that, and the third. And I'm just like she really can do better, but child, I mean, I guess. But anyways, oh yeah, okay, yes. So anyway, so we get Rich. He's got his daughter, you know, doing the dishes and all this other stuff at his restaurant. You know, he wants her to learn, you know, about the empire and work her way up and whatever. So he meets up with Cisco at, you know, in the restaurant and everything. You know, they catching up or whatever. And then, you know, he tells Rich about, you know, him making amends with Mariah Lynn. And Rich feels some type of way or whatever because she tried to come in between the Creep Squad last year. I'm just like, I'm so sick of this Creep Squad shit, but you old ass motherfuckers. Like, so yeah, he like real tight feeling some type of way. He really pressed about this shit or whatever. He tells Rich that he wants to work with her, and, you know, Rich tells him about Self, like, you know, Self is trying to sign her and everything, and, you know, Rich thinks that, you know, Cisco should have a conversation with Self, and Cisco is like, you know, he feel like he don't need to have a conversation with him about something that's not, you know, that hasn't happened yet. You know, Rich is like that Self has been Mariah's #1 supporter since day one, despite no contracts, and, you know, Cisco thinks that they both can work with Mariah Lynn and all this other stuff, and Rich is like, I don't know, you moving real funny, homie, and everything, this, that, and third. And I'm just really trying to understand why Rich is so pressed about this whole situation. Why is he so pressed about, you know, yeah, why is he so pressed about it? It's like, why are you so pressed? Because he wants to make amends. Like, don't get me wrong. I do feel like Cisco is kind of a shiftless, shady character. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what his intentions be. A lot of times, you know, he seemed real sneaky. But at the same time, it's like, Rich, if he want to make amends with her, that's his motherfucking business. You know what I'm saying? I mean, yeah, because of the fact that he knows that they got a working relationship, that Self and Cisco has a working relationship. I mean, that Self and Mariah has a working relationship. Maybe, you know, he should have hit up Self just to let him know that he's taking an interest in her. You know what I'm saying? Even if nothing has happened yet. But yeah, Rich was just doing way too much. I was just like, okay. So, anyways, we get Rich and Self. They're playing pool or whatever, and you know, Rich is like, you know, if Cisco doesn't tell him himself, you know, tell Self about this situation with Mariah Lynn himself, that, you know, he'll do the honors and everything. And I'm thinking in my head, well, damn, I mean, did you really give him a chance to, you know, tell him about the shit before you went and ran your damn mouth? You know what I'm saying? But anyway, so, Rich, he snitches or whatever and tells Self what's going on. Self, he pretty much feels entitled to Mariah Lynn because he spins her records and he's been there for her and all this other, like, he feels entitled. Self, he pretty much has an issue with both Mariah Lynn and Cisco at this point or whatever. And Rich, he's pretty much taking Self's side on this situation. Anyways, moving on from that, we get DJ Self real quick. You know, he's at the radio station, Power 105.1 or whatever. Cisco, he knows that Cisco was supposed to have an interview there or whatever on one of them shows, I guess, that's on the station and everything. But he ends up locking him out. So, you know, as a payback thing, you know, to try to teach him a lesson and all this other shit. And I'm just like, oh my God, is we really going to do this petty ass shit? Like, okay, anyways, moving on from that, we get Mariah Lynn. Hold on, wait a minute. I felt like I did skip something. Hold on. Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, I did skip something. Okay, so a little bit of a rewind. So, Mariah Lynn, she's at her rehearsal or whatever, with this fucked up ass blonde wig on with these fucked up ass bangs. Like, her hair just been not really looking too good this season. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what's going on, but, ugh, God, that shit was horrible. Anyway, so Cisco, he stops through, you know, she tells Cisco, she's doing everything herself as far as, like, you know, her videos and hair and makeup and all this other stuff. And he's saying that she shouldn't have to do all that on her own or whatever. And she's like, you know, everybody wants to do business with her. Nobody's following up. She says that she doesn't want to do a 5-year, you know, she says that she doesn't want to do a 5-year contract or whatever. And that's what Self is trying to get her to do and everything. And, you know, she doesn't want to lock herself into another situation like she had with Ra Ali. And, you know, Cisco thinks that he could do a better job, you know, of helping her than Self can. And, you know, she pretty much invites him to her performance or whatever to, you know, support her and everything. So now we get to her performance. Cisco finds out about what Self did, you know, locking him out of Power 105.1. And Cisco is pretty much pleading his case to Mariah Lynn again about why, you know, she should work with him and all this other stuff. Mariah performs. I hated it. Anyways, Bianca, she shows up to confront Mariah Lynn and all this other stuff. And, you know, Mariah Lynn walks up to her, you know, confused as to why, you know, Bianca got this, you know, salty look on her face. Bianca brings up the fact that, you know, she knows Mariah Lynn said something to Sky, whatever. You know, Mariah Lynn, she admits that she said what she said. That she told her and everything. And you know, Bianca is like, why didn't you give me a heads up or whatever, this, that, and the third. Now, I thought last week on the beach, she did tell you that she was going to say something. You was just kind of acting like, I don't care, tell her, and all this other stuff. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't know, maybe you thought that y'all was doing a little jokey joke, playing around or whatever, but, I mean, yeah, she kind of did tell you. You know what I'm saying? Mariah's like that, you know, she felt bad for Sky. You know, she's coming from as a woman standpoint or whatever. B is like, you know, I don't give a fuck, you my bitch or whatever. And Mariah's like, but you want your man to do that to you and everything. And Bianca is like, you know, no, because my man wouldn't do nothing like that. My man would know what's up. I'm like, Bianca, you don't know what the fuck the next man you get with is going to do. He might do you the same way that you and Drewski did Sky, whatever, and probably it might do you worse. You know what I'm saying? Like, karma ain't nothing to play with. You know what I mean? So, Bianca pretty much gives her an ultimatum and says she don't want Mariah to be friends with her and all this other stuff. And, like, you know, she's like, she don't know you and all this other stuff. And then she starts to throw drinks on, Mariah Lynn or whatever, this, that, and the third. And, you know, Mariah, she jumps over, hops on the table or whatever, trying to hit her and everything. Security, you know, comes in and all this other stuff. And, you know, Mariah's like, you know, why she ain't throw the hands, though? And I'm like, true. You know, why she throw a drink or whatever, this, that, and the third. And, you know, she was like, you know, why she ain't throw the hands instead of trying to mess up my Caucasian makeup or whatever, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if she was trying to give Joanne the scammer tease with that, but that's kind of what I got from when she said that. But anyways, B says that she's done with Mariah Lynn or whatever, you know, saying that Mariah was looking thirsty, but you was chasing this man all season. But okay, you know what I mean? And I will say, and I know I said last week that, you know, I wasn't mad at Mariah Lynn for saying anything. But now, you know, really thinking about it, I do feel like that maybe she should have stayed out of it. You know what I'm saying? Because I was coming from the standpoint that she was coming from, you know, the morality standpoint. You know what I'm saying? And not leaving people in the dark. But at the same time, I do understand that her and Bianca had been friends longer, and then it's not like as if her and Sky had been friends for like at least a year. You know what I'm saying? Like, her and Sky, you know, like she said, only been friends for a couple of months or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So maybe if anything, she probably should have just told Bianca that she was wrong or whatever for doing this, what she was doing and everything. You know, keeping it real with her. But, you know, yeah, maybe she should have just stayed out of it, because now she just caused herself a whole bunch of extra drama. You know what I'm saying? But, anyway, so, Self, he shows up. He confronts Cisco or whatever, and, you know, asks him why he went behind his back or whatever. And, Cisco says, you know, he could have helped him out and everything. And Self is like, how could you have helped me and everything? And Cisco said, you know, maybe if I was to cut a deal with her, then I could have put you on and put some money in your pocket too and everything. And he's saying that, you know, Cisco can't help him with anything because, you know, Cisco needs him to get into the radio station and all this other stuff. Mariah Lynn, she walks up or whatever, and, you know, Self wants to know why she would go, you know, talk to somebody else about their business or whatever. And she explains about all the shit that she went through with Riley the year before or whatever. Cisco tells her to tell him that, you know, that you think his contract is whack and all this other stuff, and you paying for your own stuff and everything. And, you know, she said that she ain't never want to sign. I mean, she says that she never said that she didn't want to sign with Self. She's trying to make a negotiation and all this other stuff, and, you know, explains how Self broke her first record and everything, and, you know, blase. Now, I'm confused. Didn't last week she rip up the contract? So, I mean, I thought that she was done with Self. So, I'm just, like, I'm confused by that, because I thought she was done with Self because she ripped up the motherfucking contract dead ass in his face. You know what I'm saying? So, I just, like, what? I mean, did they have a phone conversation and she apologized about, I mean, I don't know. But anyways, So Self gonna sit up here and tell Cisco that he ain't a part of the Creep Squad no more. Cisco trying to fight him or whatever, and Cisco says, how you gonna kick me out of something that I created? Is Self gonna sit up here and talk about he the new leader of the Creep Squad? And I'm just like, now I can't remember who made up the Creep Squad, but I know it wasn't DJ Self's ass. But I'm like, was it Peter or was it Cisco? Y'all let me know in the comments below. I can't remember. Between those two, one of them made up the Creep Squad or whatever, and Cisco talking about something, I'm the new leader. Like, yeah, old ass motherfucking men sitting up here, like, ain't none of y'all motherfuckers in y'all 20s or whatever to be still sitting here talking about some Creep Squad shit. Like, that shit sounds so motherfucking childish and so motherfucking 5th grade or whatever, talking about some, you're kicked out the Creeps. You're kicked out the Creep Squad. Like, really? Really? Y'all grown ass men still talking about this Creep Squad shit or whatever. Like, ugh, it's so fucking annoying. Like, it really is annoying. DJ Self, you just whack as a bitch or whatever. But anyways, y'all let me know how y'all feel about it. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you guys come back. And Peter Guns, he gonna be back next week, y'all. But I'll see y'all later. Peace.